All right, so I'm gonna go into the show my Podgo, what's going on there. So basically, I mainly just used, I think these. I think that's for this one also goes to it, but I mainly just used these three presets for the song. They mainly just have different. You can see the drive right here. Between these three, switch around, and then bass, mid, and treble are usually switched around. The amount of delay and then amount of reverb. I think the type of delay. Yeah, that one has a reverse delay, but I didn't use it. Um, and if the delay's even on, yeah. So, and then that's basically it for what I use to for the guitar, like to plug in the amps and everything. Okay, so now I'm just gonna show you the guitar parts for it. So I'll show the first the verse and then the chorus and then the bridge and then basically everything after that. So the main verse riff goes. That's like a slowed down version of it. Just basic like metal riff. Just chugging on the E and then adding those like just really close notes. And it's in E minor, so it just follows the notes of that. And then for the chorus, it just plays like a simple pop punk riff or chord progression. So it goes E, C, G, D. Okay, and then after that, in at the end of the third verse, it goes into the bridge, which at the end of the bridge it has guitars, background rhythm guitars going like. Just like doing E, but like special rhythm. Next, it goes. It has second set of guitars playing E, C, A, G, F sharp, but it does it like really fancy. As it goes on, it just plays a regular first time and then starts getting fancier. So. And then at the end, I use that thing for the last chorus, which is that's electric acoustic. Just plug into my audio interface, and it gets rid of like instead of like recording it through the microphone where there might be room noise, it just puts the audio straight in there of the acoustic, so it just sounds cleaner. After that, it ends, so it just plays the chorus. So. And then like me screaming, and then it has like a sweep picking, which is just like thing where it goes no, where it goes, which is just. Oh wait, it's down here, isn't it? It's on E. That's my bad. It's just E minor, just the arpeggio, which is just the notes of the chord split up. And then it goes into the solo. The solo, I recorded it in parts just because I didn't want to make up a whole entire solo and then record it. I was like making up parts and then just kind of like piecing it together. But I can quick play the whole solo for you now. Not perfectly, but pretty close. Basically it does that and then it'll go. It does the tapping riff, so and it walks down to that, and then it does this little like I don't know, like my friend says, Kyle said it was like neoclassical sounding. And then it goes this really fast one, which is hard because I'm using a different pick than I usually use. This one's like a really sharp one, so it catches some of the time. And then it just walks down from there. That's my bad. I messed up a little bit. But in its full It sounds like. I think that's as close as I can get to it. It's not perfect. It's a little hard for me right now because it's late at night. I'm using this random pick I found. But yeah, that's basically the whole song. Oh yeah, and then the last part, the final part, it changes the chords to A, A, F, yeah. And then it goes from F to G like 2 times. And then it plays so long. But over that, this is still part of the solo technically. It does like this sweep picking thing, so it's and then after that part finishes, then it goes. And then it goes with the other guitars for that last part. For that one, I'll show you on the track later, but I did 2 different guitars. So one was playing these chords up here, and down there. So it ended up sounding really cool. But yeah, that's basically all the instrumentals and guitar stuff all into. Okay, now we're looking at the track. The track's pretty beefy. So let me lower my chair. The track's pretty beefy, but yeah, I'll start from, instead of going up and down like I did in the other stuff, I'll just go left to right. So like from the beginning of the song, I'll quick play the beginning so you can quick hear it, which is these 2 tracks right here. Yeah, it's just me in the beginning playing like solo, kind of like a tiny version of what the verse riff will be. And then I think I have them both. Yeah, the EQ basically smushing all the frequencies, or not smushing them, taking out all the other stuff. So it's basically making a little dome, as you can see right there. These are the only frequencies that are showing up. It does this with, this one's a little more open, just so you can hear it and it doesn't sound bad. This one is the harmonics that I put over it. Just little harmonics on the guitar. Yeah, that's basically it for that part. Then it goes into the verse. There's a couple of verses. The vocals, I'll quick go over the vocals, so I'll just go over them now. For the verse vocals, wait about it. That's just me trying to scream. It hurt my voice and it didn't sound very good, but that's what we had. So I basically just doubled them up for all of them. Usually I think for most of them I'd either double them up or just say it again, but I think for this last one I just doubled it up because I tried to say it again, I sing it again, and it sounded really bad. But I think for the first 2, I actually just sang it twice and then did one left, one right. And then for the guitar, or on the, just a quick look at it, there's EQ, compressor, shaper, just tiny stuff. Nothing like permanently like kind of like smacking those. I think there is a little bit of delay and reverb. If you look at the other ones, it's sidechained. I explained what that is in the other videos, but to quick explain it again, basically when I'm singing or I'm talking on that specific track, it doesn't allow much through, and then when I'm not talking, it'll allow like delay and reverb through, so that there's not a bunch of delay and reverb on the actual track while I'm talking, so it's not like all crowding together. Okay, so next I'll go to verse guitar, and then quick show you. Basically the same thing. I just played the same thing 4 times or 2 times, and then I copy and pasted. So like I played one for right, and then I just duplicated the track, made far right, so like all the way right, and then you can see right here, this is how far it's panned. So far right is panned pretty far right, and then this one is, oh, they're on the same actually. I don't know, I named them that then. It still doubles up if you look at like waveforms. When two of the same waveforms come together, it like doubles. So it still sounds pretty big. For the chorus, the vocals a little more complicated on the chorus, just because I have this choir, which ended up sounding really good, but it sounds really trash in the beginning, but then it kind of pieces together. I'll quick show you. Yeah, that's just a bunch of tracks of me and Kyle singing. I think I can quick go through. I think these two are me. I'll just start in the middle. And then I did one of them, that one note went up, and then the other one, it went down. Next one. I cannot tell if that's Miracle. I think that might be. I think the other one was Cal, yeah. Then that one was me. Oops, what just happened? Yeah. Go back into this. That one's Cal, and then this one's me. Okay, and then the chorus vocals. I don't think there's anything crazy. Basically the same as the other ones. I think I just put more reverb on it.
Not secreting, the cells will not begin eating.
But I have a lead vocal which sticks out more, and then like kind of like saying the same thing, but a little more in the background. Then the next verse, I think this is the only verse that differs, just because I have these two leads in there. Oh, I didn't go over the chorus guitar. Let me just go over the chorus guitar. The chorus guitar. So these are all the tracks for the chorus guitar. So I basically just have what I showed before with the guitar. I have that all there for these four, and then I have these two leads. So I think this first lead is the. Yeah, I'm just going like doing this little thing that I made up, as you can hear. Layered that over, and then this one is kind of just for like in between it, and it's very hidden in the background, but it just sounds cool. I wanted to leave it in there. That's basically it for those two. And then back to the verse I was talking about. The only thing different about the second verse is these two leads I added in right here. I was going to redo this part, but it sounded fine, and I didn't have enough time. So is mainly just that note right there. It died out too fast. I was gonna redo it, but it still sounded pretty nice. All right, going into the next one, which is the bridge.
In Sunland.
Just as I explained before, the guitars, there's these ones which are playing the dun 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 dun. And then there are these two which are doing what I explained before, the little kind of like melody riff. And the vocal for the bridge, that one I had to do a couple times and remix it, but it turned out fine in the end.
Teams in
But as it goes on each time, it adds a new one.
in suffering, work closely with teams in silent.
So by the end, it's like way bigger. And then that has the same vocal stuff. I think the bridge has the same guitar stuff as most other stuff, just EQ and compressor and limiter, just because I already had the Pod Go with most of the effects on it, like reverb. I think the only thing I added reverb to was the last solo, and it was just like a tiny bit more. It was a tiny bit more reverb, like barely any, like can't even notice it, and then a little more delay, because the delay on the pedal was like kind of short, and then I added like a longer delay on there for the solo, but I'll show you when we get there. So at the end,
Type 1 diabetes.
I think that's just same vocals. I have basically the same things on all the vocals. So it's just the chorus vocals, same stuff. I added more.
Type 1 diabetes, a disease we can't ignore. Pink Floyd.
I had me screaming at the end of that last chorus. I have a choir, which this time it's just me. That was a little unpleasant. Okay, and then the acoustic, I think I did a little bit to it. Made the frequencies. I made that frequency rise as it comes in, and just like a little preamp, just to get a little more EQ in there. And then that last part after I scream. Oops, let me quick. Yeah! Just same thing, same chorus guitars. I made them a little louder, and then the solo guitars, as I said before, I made them in different tracks or different. I didn't make it all in one solo because I was a little crunched on time, and it was just easier to make bits and then build upon that bit than make up a whole entire solo, see if it fits, and then go back and then adjust. It's just easier to say, hey, this fits, put it down, and then find something else that fits with the previous part. But it's like not super duper complicated. If you can see, compressor, a little more EQ, EQ on each other, and then just a small delay. So if I go and solo this, oh, that's another thing. As you can hear the delay, and then I have these harmonies. I only use this one. These other two, I named them Kyle Special Harmonies. I made them just for Kyle. You guys don't get to listen to them. But yeah, these. I just played it, I think a whole step, maybe 2 whole steps up, the same thing in the same key, or the same pattern, so it's in the same key. So I just went back over it and then played that harmony wherever it was on the guitar. And I just found out the pattern by using the notes in the key. And then, as I was talking about before, this little sweep picking thing as the outro. I mean, that's basically it for the song, except for the bass. Kyle wanted me to add like subs or something. I didn't want to like go and make a MIDI sub, so I just copied the bass tracks and then pitched them down on an octave so that they're like rumbly. So that's like the regular, and then the one I just played before, I don't even know if you guys can hear it, but it's basically the sub bass is like pretty down, pretty low. Yeah, that's basically everything for the Battle for Diabetes Part 1. A little more like, you're like, why is there a Part 1? We were gonna make a Part 2. We're gonna make the whole song. We're gonna make it like half metal, half like kind of like noise rock, math rocky. But we didn't have enough time. But I think it turned out good by itself. And if we do decide to use the name Radiohead again and make another one, then we'll definitely make Part 2. But it's just Part 1 for now. Yeah, that's about it. Peace.